So these last few weeks have been crazy on the global side and the Japanese side of Grand Summoners. On global, we've had Tensura return with all of its buffs. On JP, we have the crazy Overlord crossover that's currently happening. Which, you know, I'm just gonna say I'm pretty jealous about. I do wish that we had Overlord already because some of these characters look extremely cool, but I'll just have to wait. However, Grand Summoners JP said, you know what, this isn't enough craziness. So what did they do? They released another Super Awoken character. Yes, after just releasing, what was it? 4 Super Awoken characters back to back to back to back. They decided to release a brand new one, and this man's name is Long. I know, another Super Awoken character. But this is the future of Grand Summoners, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do nowadays, so you can best be expecting the Super Awoken roster to just keep growing and growing moving forward. Some things to note about the man Long, though, is that he's actually part of the new ninja saga. However, he's actually not considered a ninja himself, since, spoiler alert, in his kit, he actually doesn't have any type of third eye state or anything like that. So, Long's kit, what are we looking at here? As for his slots, you can see 6-star physical, 5-star defense, 4-star physical, or a 4-star defense. His skill is able to increase his own art gauge by 30 with a 600 break. His art is able to inflict disease if the enemy is bleeding. Do note that this does not stack with other disease type units like Alvina, Nier, Asus, etc. With this man's true art, we got a decent 80,000% wire damage physical, 100% chance to inflict bleed. If the enemy is already bleeding, you increase the bleed level by 1 up to a maximum of 3 bleeds. And then his super art, which is 180,000% water damage physical. For 25 seconds, you increase your own attack by 100% and reduce the enemy's water resist by 100% as well. Moving on to his abilities or his passives, we have increased own damage by 150% against enemies with bleed level 2 or higher, increase accuracy by 100% against enemies with level 3 bleed, increase your own blind resist by 80%, and then he has his true weapon, True Yamada. This is on a 45-second cooldown, 8,000% water damage physical. For 10 seconds, you reduce the enemy's physical res by 30%. If user is water, you increase your own art gauge by 20, and for his unique passive that's tied to his true weapon, it just increases his own damage by 40% and increases his own physical res by 5%. And that is the entirety of Long's kit. Now, for him to be a Super Awoken character, I'm gonna be honest here, I'm kind of mixed on him, personally. With his chance to bleed on the enemy, it kind of leads me with, he kind of wants to ramp to an extent. But with his super art, it kind of leads me to believe that he's more of a nuker, since he's increasing his own attack and he's reducing the enemy's water resist, and it has a massive multiplier of 180,000. I'm kind of like 50-50 on him. Like, I don't know what he's really trying to be. Or maybe he's trying to fill both roles, very similar to that of like Simon, for an example, where Simon has the ramping damage in his kit if he wants to use it, but for most people, they just opt in to use the nukes, which is very likely this is what this guy's going to evolve into. I think out of all the Super Awoken characters we've seen so far, is he kind of coming off as the most normal, I guess? Like, if you told me this guy was a Phantom Bullet unit or something else, I would be like, yeah, he is. I'm not really saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying he's not really bringing anything super crazy to the table. Apart from just, oh, he's another high damage dealing attacker, which, I mean, let's be honest, we have plenty of those in Grand Summoner. Still, if you think about it for a little bit, this guy's going to be a menace to society. I'm talking about, you'd put this man on a team with a character like Valerie, for an example. That's going to be massive damage buffs to your entire team. If you don't have Valerie, you could use someone like Charlotte. That's still really good damage. Or if you have Draken, or if you don't have that, you could always use Sistina. All those characters will give him some much needed damage buffs that he's going to definitely love, because he already has 100% attack up in his kit plus 100% water resist down. If you want even more, you need to apply level 2 bleed on an enemy, which I feel like is going to be a little bit, not really hard, but it's not a very reliable strategy in a lot of different comps, considering that you're nuking, of course. If you aren't nuking, then you'll probably be able to stack his bleed no problem. In terms of like sustained comps, if I'm really like thinking about it with him, I think that he will be okay. Like, he has a lot of stuff in his kit that's going to be able to be kind of beneficial depending on what you're fighting. The 5-star defense is really great just as a damage mitigation item slot. Just having 1 defense slot is better than having no type of damage mitigation on your team. Considering the fact that he also technically has 2 defense slots, you know, it definitely helps out quite a bit. So in terms of his like sustained team viability, I'm going to say he's going to be pretty okay. But that's all I have to say about the man Long. Tell me down below what you guys think about him. Like I said, me, myself, I'm kind of 50-50 on him still. I think it's possible Long's going to be pretty broken, but then I could also see Long being kind of whatever. Either way, you guys let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. How you feeling about this character? Do you like him? Do you not? Tell me down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, highly recommend you check out either one of the videos popping on your screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. And oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to drink water.